Okay. Ready? Caillou. Hey, Caillou.
Come on in. Come visit our abode. No, is that what it's called? Our abode.
Welcome to the tropics.
Welcome to the tropics.
Welcome to Bradenton, Florida.
Bradenton, Florida. Home of
Go on, Martha.
Steve Connell
Go on,
and
go on, go on.
Martha Bennington, and I guess I still talk. And
Yeah, but you're not. You're getting on my camera. Go. Keep going. Keep going.
then you're welcome to
Keep
join
going.
us. Okay, come inside. Don't trip on the steps.
I'm not sure if I should be holding this thing horizontal or upright. This is my first video.
It'll work. Okay. You have a seat in the hairdo chair. That's our furniture, people. Okay. Have a seat. Senor Connell. Okay. My name is Martha Bennington. I live in beautiful Bradenton, Florida. I'm 48 years old, and I am an artist and designer, and we own our own company, the Three Sisters Design Company. And we make fantastical, fun things out of recycled things like dominoes and license plates and bicycle inner tubes and record albums and whatever else we can get our hands on. And this is my delightfully handsome hunk of burning love.
I'm Steve Connell. I've been here from Southern California almost pushing about 4 years. I'm 56 years old, and Martha and I run the business together. For the most part, 24/7, we're together all the time, and we love it and we have a great time. Bradenton, Florida is a beautiful, beautiful place. If you're going to come here, one of the things you absolutely have to do here is to visit Anna Maria Island. Anna Maria Island is one of the most beautiful places in terms of beaches and weather here. It's world known for spectacular, spectacular beaches. It's a very, very casual island, meaning there's no high rises on the island. It's not a big, highly developed place. There's
Dress up is khakis, or a pair of flip-flops and shorts and a t-shirt, a clean t-shirt. That's dressed up.
yeah, for most people, that's absolutely
Seriously,
true.
that's dressed up on the island. It's like when he first moved here, he asked about the dress styles and stuff, and I said, you understand, it's super, super casual. Our idea of dressed up is a new pair of flip-flops. And when he got here, he's like, oh my gosh, you're right. And so it's super, super casual, very beachy, but it's very, very old Florida. It's not, there's not that Miami Beach kind of thing, or like, it's very casual, friendly, white powder sugar sand, manatees swimming past you, big bat rays in the water, calm, sunny, warm, spectacular. Most of our fun lifestyle stuff here is all based around nature. Kayaking, you can go inland and kayak with gators, or you stay out here near Robinson Preserve and you kayak with big giant 6-foot birds. Nature walks, biking, tons of biking. Everybody bikes everywhere because you can't move that fast during season in a car. But it is paradise. It's Mayberry meets Maui, and it is a tropical paradise.
Absolutely beautiful. Martha mentioned kayaking. You can go and kayak in the Mayaca State Park with the gators. It's a wonderful thing to do. People also kayak. They board. What is it called when you're standing on the surfboard and you're paddling? That's good. They paddleboard because the inland part of the waterways here are calmer. So those types of things you can go. You can do normal water activities, surfing. Fishing is huge. This is a fishing paradise here in Florida. Absolutely anything you want. There's a lot of small charter boats that are available, and people love here. Yeah. Anna Maria Island, back to the Anna Maria Island, because it's a popular place for a lot of Europeans to come to. And so there's a huge percentage of the small homes on Anna Maria Island are rented during the season or for 1 or 2 weeks. Is something Europeans like to do when they come and visit.
And we also, it's not just Europeans though, sorry, it's also snowbirds. We have what we call snowbirds, where there's the ton of northern Michigan people that flock down here either for months at a time and stay to avoid the snow, smart, or the ones that come down for weekly or a couple weeks at a time. We don't get the spring breakers as much like you do in Daytona and all that. It's not that kind of vacationers. It's the ones who are just looking for beers on the beach and some sun and some fun bike riding and kayaking and paddleboarding, and that's it.
Martha and I met, it's kind of a funny story, it's quick and easy and simple, but Martha was married to a very, very good friend of mine. They met, at that time I lived in Southern California, she lived in Michigan. They met and basically moved to California, so we had known each other for many, many years when they were married. So we had
We've been friends for, gosh,
15 or 18
18
years.
years.
Yeah. But things went south, she had some health challenges and the relationship went south. We kept in contact, and it's that way that we stayed together. And
Yeah,
we communicated. I lived in Southern California, she was here in Florida, and when the changes in relationships happened, we kept going and had developed, in a nutshell,
Yeah.
basically an interest that we wanted to pursue getting together better. And so we did hook up, and I moved out here from Southern California, and we've been getting along just wonderfully ever since then, and that was almost 4 years ago.
I was going through cancer and was recovering, and he would just always call every day to see how I was doing, and it just, as my friend, as my buddy, and he would call and check in with me on a regular daily basis. And at first it was like a weekly basis, and then it became a daily basis. And over a period of time, all of a sudden one day we went, you know, we're really more than friends. And we kind of talked about that for a while, and then about a month or two later he says, you know, I'm going to come out there and see if this is real, or if it's just kind of, you know, something we're feeling over the phone, or if this is real. And he did, and it was real. And he moved out here like 2 weeks later. So, and we've been together ever since.
Absolutely. We work the Three Sisters design company together. I do mostly mechanical things. Martha is a wonderful designer, and she's an artistic, creative person. So she'll work primarily, actually she does probably 80% of the business or more. But that's how we work together as a team, and we work out of the house here with manufacturing and producing. And then we go to different antique places and junkyards and things like that to look for items that we can recycle and turn into wearable art, and now other types of fun things to make through that. And that's what we do for business, and it's just a blast.
And our business entails a lot of travel. It's interesting. We're at home working in our home studio, and then we pick up and we're either off to a retail street art festival, selling our stuff. My cat says hi. And all over the country. We travel all over the country. Or we're off to a wholesale show selling our stuff to galleries and boutiques all over the country. And so we do a lot of traveling. We particularly have no problem staying at a 4-star hotel, but actually really prefer the off the beaten track, the staying in, you know, you find the stories and the interesting things happen when you are off the beaten path, and when you stay in that little hole in the wall place that nobody thought to stop at. That's where the fun stuff happens, and that's where all the interesting things happen. So we absolutely prefer to travel like that than what we call a homogenized version where it's all clean and whitewashed. We like a colorful experience.
Yeah, and those little restaurants here in the area, those little types of small bars and those types of places are really what probably most defines this area, rather than a big, even though it's a touristy area, it's not a traditional touristy area. So those are the types of places that we like to go to that are calmer, that would definitely be highly recommended for anybody who's going to come here. It's a nice aspect of it.
Absolutely. We have everything. We don't have a lot of time. We just got our first Starbucks, I think 2 years ago. We didn't have a we didn't have a Starbucks and things like that. We have little hole in the wall pubs and bars every 5 feet, because it is Florida and that's what we do. And there's just fun little funky things, great junk shops, Rosie's, and great antique shops, Jesse's, Braden River. Lots of fun stuff. We have a manatee viewing station up the road. Gosh, 10 minutes up the road for manatee viewing. All sorts of most of the fun stuff centers around outdoorsy stuff.
Outdoorsy, beach. This is
Yeah.
beach. This is beautiful ocean. Scuba diving and fishing is huge here. So people come here, and most of the time they're going to come here to fish, or of course, snowbirds are going to come to get away
Okay,
from the
if you,
cold weather.
what are you not up for? What are you not game for?
You know what? I don't really like to do things like. Well, I cannot enjoy anything if I'm cold. So. You know, I did some snowboarding. I have an injury, so I can't ski. But when snowboarding became popular, I did snowboarding, and I really found it, even though it was beautiful and it was a fun activity to do, I never can seem to get comfortable when I'm really, really cold. So I don't like cold things to do. I'm a height person, so I don't want to jump out of an airplane. I don't want to hand glide.
Hey,
And
no
I don't want
heights.
to bungee jump, even though those things look fun. They look very interesting and great to do. I wouldn't want to do that. And
I'm with the baby cakes. I do not like cold. So Anchorage, Alaska would probably be out of the question. Well, it would be out of the question, but I wouldn't be happy. And I don't like heights. I will not eat bugs. I do not like bugs. I will not eat bugs. I don't want to handle bugs. I don't like bugs.
and we have a lot of bugs here in Florida.
Yeah, welcome to Florida, and they're big bugs. Everything's bigger and badder in Florida. Bugs are like this big. Yeah.
But it's an outdoorsy, beautiful place, tropical as can be. It basically feels like you're in the Caribbean when you're in Bradenton, in my opinion. And so everything that goes either good with tropics or bad with tropics, you have here. We're also part of the hurricane season. We actually pay attention when that comes around. What months is that?
It starts in June, but it runs till November. But we really don't pay a lot of attention to it until it's like August, September. So that's the only time we ever have to worry about it. But we are excited to share our home and our community with somebody. We have a fabulous little house here in Bradenton. We're walking distance to downtown. You know, it's a big old home with tons and tons of funky, strange little art, and a kitty cat, and 3 strange little doggies that we probably will board at a friend's house because they're kind of weird. But you might get the cat. And strange little art. There's all sorts of decapitated doll heads and old, what are the Charlie McCarthy doll things? The ventriloquist dolls, and strange little things all over this house. Strange things all over this house. But all sorts of funness.
Hey, I'd love to work or travel around and see different towns. If towns are